Thank you for joining me today for another Power Pack training of our wholesaler real estate cold calling script. We present a minimum of 3 offers on the phone, pretty much. And we cold call, we follow up, we primarily focus on getting deals as fast as possible. And this training is going to go on daily for an entire year. So if you guys are not taking advantage of this, I would say, man, you are doing yourself a disservice, because we have seen so many motivated sellers just in the calls that we have been making for the past 6 weeks. This is week 7, day 3, and we've made a ton of phone calls, and we have made a ton of progress. My videos keep getting shorter and shorter because I have a lot of contracts and stuff, a lot of people to follow up with. Tell you the truth, I don't know if we're going to make it for an entire year before we have to stop, because we have to do other stuff like raising private money, true private money. I am so sorry, you guys, but I do not consider hard money loans a good source of funding. Let me just put it this way. Are they private money? Well, they're not institutional. I guess that makes them private, but I'm not sure that they're a good source of money for your deals. So I'm thinking about doing a video calling private lenders, just so that you guys kind of see how to talk to them. And again, just being vulnerable, being humble, and being a servant to everybody that we communicate with, because people don't like arrogance. I discovered that a long time ago. Being arrogant is just so annoying to so many people, I discovered, and I try to keep that to a minimum. I don't know how good a job I do, but it is something that I do keep in mind. So we are going to make calls now, and I have my first person here lined up, ready to call. And pretty much we follow a very simple process when making the call. So I just wanted to kind of recap it in this video. We pretty much do a push-pull technique. That's pretty much a good script is always going to follow that, and a good sales person is always going to follow that. We want to do push and pull, 2 steps in, 1 step back, constantly saying, oh, okay, trying to get off the phone, and I don't want to take too much of your time. Okay, before I let you go, let me ask you this. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, that sounds good. That type of stuff, that type of interaction, trying to get off the phone or pretending to, gets the effect of push-pull technique, right? So make sure you guys are doing that. It's super important. Also, when you cold call, you gotta try to help, and you gotta feel that. They gotta feel that you're helping. And if they don't feel that, then you're pretty much not going to go anywhere. So make sure that you are trying your best to be of help. Don't be looking for wholesale deals. That's not your job. Your job is to help people. Your job is not to find deals. Your job is to help people. The more you help, the more deals you get. I mean, it's like I heard Joe McCall say, when I started real estate years ago, I really took to heart one thing he said, which was, the more you push, the faster they'll run. So the more you push, the faster they'll run. So you can't do that. You can't be pushing. The harder you push, the faster you'll run, something like, or they'll run, something like that. So you can't be pushing because you're pretty much pushing them away. So pull works a lot better. So you push and then you pull away so that they don't feel like you are pushing them, right? So those are some techniques. So now with that being said, you could take that and start making your calls. I recommend please watch this in its entirety so you can see different ways of presenting and speaking with sellers. And not only that, but also how to work the system of follow-up. Make sure that you're working the system of follow-up so people don't fall through the cracks and then you miss an opportunity because your systems aren't being implemented correctly. Okay, so now let's go ahead and call Demetrio. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and comment below as I'm making these phone calls. Hopefully you guys have as much fun making your calls as possible as I do. I do have fun making these because I'm negotiating and I'm talking with people and structuring deals and make sure you're not thinking cash offer. Get that out of your head. We already know that a cash offer is a possibility. What else is new? Like, how are you different? What is your value proposition? I mean, I can get a cash offer like that if I'm a seller. So, like, how do you bring any value? If you want to see how that's done, stick around so you can kind of see it in action. There's plenty of other people that you can listen to teach you more about that. But don't think that making cash offer means anything to anybody. It doesn't mean anything to anybody. Plus, we buy houses, businesses, iBuyers, etc. We're always being degraded by other real estate professionals as, we're scammers and we are all this kind of stuff. So if you're a wholesaler out there, we gotta become a little bit more sophisticated in how we speak with people because people just kind of hate us. This is the honest truth. My outcome, yeah, we want to get a lot of properties, but most of them we're going to wholesale. So we're all wholesalers because even if you're a cash buyer, you're not just going to buy deals from wholesalers. You're going to look for deals yourself. And this channel is all about doing that one thing, and that is speaking with sellers, whether you're cold calling or you're following up, or whether you're doing that through automation, or whether you are doing it through YouTube videos or whatever. We are going to master in this channel the science of speaking with sellers. We're not going to master the science of writing contracts or anything else. We have two jobs. One is generate the leads, and number two, turn those leads, do the follow-up, and turn them into contracts so we can close them. Okay, it's not a numbers game, in my opinion. It just isn't. It's a quality conversation game. You gotta find the pain, and I'll have that in the description below, and it's under all of my videos. Gotta find the pain, find a problem, and solve it. If we can't find a problem, it will not close. If they don't have a big enough problem, it will not close. You cannot lure with people by giving them too much for their money, for their property. You can't do that, because you're buying too high. So hopefully that's a little bit of a mindset here that we are following. And in the future, a year later, I'm going to start making videos more about mindset of calling, etc. And maybe the channel will evolve into something different. but that's the plan for the channel for the next year at the very minimum. So even if you go and we start talking about other types of deals, or we could get into more of strategy and things like that, you can always come back and watch all of these videos about speaking with sellers and how to be consistent. Listen, I'm not the best on the phones. You're probably better than I am, but what I am good at is being consistent and being there and being, relentless and having persistence. So this is what this channel is all about. We are all here, very flawed individuals, but there's one thing we can do, and that is or two things. One, first of all, we can be consistent, and second of all, we can be persistent. Persistence. Nothing in the world takes the place of persistence. Talent won't. World is full of talented people. Education won't. The world is full of educated fools. Nothing takes the place of persistence. Be here with me every single day. Have my videos playing in the background and make calls with me. Don't just watch me. I give you a little bit at the beginning of almost every video, and that's all. It's just like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and that's all. But after that, let's get to work. Let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to work. This right here unlocks riches beyond what you can imagine. You just get on it and start making your calls. You will see opportunities. I've already interviewed a real estate tycoon on a call. I cold called him. Real estate tycoon. It's been like, and then a few very successful landlords I've interviewed for your benefit. Check out those videos. That's in week 5, I believe. So go back and look for the title. I have a playlist. I should have somewhere in the description. Real estate tycoon interview. So watch that. He taught us a lot of things, how to do business, etc. So make sure that you're consistent. Make sure that you show up. Make sure that you pick up your phone and start calling. Your virtual assistant is not going to do it for you. Your ISA is not going to do it for you. First of all, you have to learn how to do that. And again, this channel is all for new people who want to learn the game of real estate, and how to follow up. So VAs are not going to do this for you. ISAs, internal sales agents are not going to do that for you. You got to do that. So if you need help with VAs or ISAs or follow-ups or transaction coordinators or acquisitions people, hit me up. I can point you in the right direction, but we've got to be following up in a consistent way. Okay, so let's make the call now. Again, please like, subscribe, show me some love. Here we go. This is a long session, you guys. It's not like a 10-minute video. Long session. We're going to make calls. Let's get to work. It's trying to dial, but it's not going anywhere for some reason. So let me try something else here. Okay. Call did not go through, so I want to know why. It's not going through. Trying to dial on my computer here. It's not going through for some reason. Okay, so let's come back to this. Call didn't go through. I write on my notes. That's number one thing all the time is make good notes for yourself. If you can't type fast, then just do the talk to text feature on most computers nowadays. So let's go through these. We've already analyzed before, but we couldn't get a hold of them in the past. So let's go through these real quick. I read my notes, answer machine picked up, and Zillow price is 1.4, and I found the previous 1.1 to 2.23. So let's see. Okay.
Please leave your message for 321.
Always remember that you're going to work so hard to get deals. Texted, called, no answer. Try later. So those are my notes. And, I'm going to leave them at attempted contact and no answer. So CRM automatically, I'm using Forefront. I like, honestly, RE Simply better. Not RE Simple, but RE Simply with an I at the end. I like that better. So, yeah, let's move on to the next one here. Okay, this one here, all of these we've attempted already. So let's see, Zillow price 801 and they wanted 750. That's already looking reasonable. So let's go ahead and text. Hey, Hayden. So let's see, make sure. Hayden. And most of your days are going to be failure, 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 failure until one day you're gonna be surprised. I cannot believe I have a potential deal. Is this a deal? Where is it coming from? Oh my gosh. Because most of your calls are going to be failures. Get used to that. That's why you're on these videos, just so you can see how.
Please leave your message for 561.
No answer. Went straight to voicemail. That's fishy. Text it also. We'll try later. I spoke to her before. So let's see here. Let's move to Perseverance here. Okay. Like I said, most of these calls are going to be a total failure. This one I called before and went straight to voicemail. And it will, you know, it will not deter us from calling again, because that's what we do. So that's why I just talked to you guys in the meantime. Hey, Louie. So I text and then I call. That was close. Let's see what he wants. 344 prize. He doesn't know.
The number you have entered is incorrect.
It says the number was correct. I'm sending this for reskip tracing. So you have to have somebody to help you skip trace things. So you can kind of verify and see what's going on. Just like that. This is what you do, you know. So it's great to watch videos while you make phone calls so you can see, you know, and be learning the business as you make phone calls. Because most of the calls you're gonna make, they're gonna go, it's gonna fail, you know, that it's just, you know, we're just looking for a few properties every day. That's it. But most of them, 100 calls, maybe you might have 2 good opportunities, maybe 1 out of 100. So don't get discouraged. There's a mortgage of about 400,000 and mortgage is current. Zillow price is 825. Okay. Attempted contact. Zillow price 710 and 825. Which one is it? He's got two properties. Hope Sound Circle 54. And then Twin Flower. Okay. Well, that's good.
your message for 407283.
Okay. Again, nothing. Texted, emailed, no answer. We'll try later. And again, you just keep doing that over and over and over. Just this one, I have it set up to, like, for example, if I change the status here on my CRM, it will come back and reassign it to follow up in a week. So just do that. So you follow up in a week, she doesn't answer, you follow up, or you follow up tomorrow. She doesn't answer tomorrow, then you follow up in 2 days, right? So 2 days from the time you called. Then she doesn't answer again, then you follow up 3 days from that point, right? From when you call. Then 3 days later, when you follow up again, you assign it for 4 days out. She doesn't answer, once you call again, then you go on to next week, right? A week later. So 7 days. So from 4, maybe 5, and then 7 days, because, you will take a day off or whatnot. I personally don't take days off. I encourage you not to. But people have different, priorities. So then you go 1 week, then you go a week and a half, then you go 2 weeks, then you go 3 weeks, then you go a month, then you go, 2 months, then 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, so you're scheduling out 8 months in advance, then a year in advance, right? So you go every month, don't skip it. So you go all 12 months, right? 12 months. And you just keep doing that. At some point, you will make some changes as you go. Well, maybe I can try a different phone number, right? Reskip tracer. Maybe I can try, something else. Knock on the door. All that type of stuff. The point of this, look, we didn't talk to a single person today. And is that aggravating to me? Yes, it is, because I'm putting time into this. And but I'm being consistent, and I will speak to them at some point. They're not always going to be available for us. So the point is persistence and consistency. Persistence and consistency. Keep doing that over and over and over and over, and you'll get something. So come back and play these videos. So watch the next video in the playlist. We're gonna keep making calls. This never ever stops. Okay, so you just keep doing that, and then whenever you get tired, whenever you get a lot of deals, you hire somebody to take your seat, to be your acquisitions, follow-up, acquisitions, transactions, and contracts, to be your main acquisitions person, always nurturing the leads, always following up. You got to do that. Once you get that done, or once you understand it, then you start setting up automations to do that for you, like text messages, automated text messages, automated emails, automated voicemail drops. And then you hire somebody to actually work with you on this, or to take over for you. I would recommend, depending on who you do, just focus on closing deals or whatever you feel comfortable with. But I would recommend, don't give up this position until you are able to understand what the job is. And this is the main job. This is what makes real estate real estate, is your follow-up. A lot of people just immediately say, hey, you spoke to my VA, and I understand you're trying to sell, so we can make your cash offer. And they do that through text, right? And then somebody will say, well, no, I was just trying to see what you guys would offer. What's your offer? And they'll say something like, well, 50 cents on the dollar, 60 cents on the dollar. And the people will laugh and say, don't contact me again. All this through text, right? Never, ever, ever having gotten on the phone and understanding why they wanted to sell. And then they go back to their virtual assistant and say, you're not really giving me any good leads, or you're doing, PPC, or you're doing YouTube ads, and you have the same issue. Why? Because this seat of following up is the most important sales job in the entire operation that you have going on. So that's all I got for today. Remember, follow up, follow up, follow up. Those are the important cold calls that we make. It's not so much cold, no, you've never spoken to them. This is the real cold calls. So my titles and stuff, it's cold call / follow up, because this is the sales position in real estate. Is you gotta be good at sales, and you gotta be consistent, and you gotta be persistent. See you next time. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, like, share, comment below. See you next time. Thanks.